Nuh-uh-uh. These mangoes aren't for you. One guy, though, he thought this backyard tree was a fruit free-for-all. Felonious fruit lovers have struck again. Thieves trudged through this backyard before finding their prize, digging up a mango tree, roots and all. While some think the officer overstepped his boundary of force, others think that's not the case, saying we weren't here early Sunday morning and that the video might not show the whole picture. We found just some of the rubber left behind by donut daredevils, but to see it best, you have to look from above. This parking lot on Marco Island covered in these burnt rubber circles. All of this a sign of the screeching sports cars using this area as a test track. The ruler isn't a small piece of equipment. Neighbors say it's as big as our news truck, meaning it probably wasn't easy to get away with. The bear's been spotted at least twice with the jug on its head. It likely can't see, eat, or drink, and that has wildlife experts racing to find it. The mysterious objects in the sky were spotted right here on Santa Barbara Boulevard. The man who saw it all last night saying at one point they were hovering right over his vehicle, like they were ready to shine a beam down over him, absorbing him into what he calls a UFO. Things aren't always as they seem. These two thinking their disguise would dupe the system. An attorney says their COVID costume could lead to charges. When hitting the road with man's best friend, come on, Huck. Experts say it's best to buckle your buddy in. Not only does it protect your pet if you were to get into an accident, it prevents them from sticking their head out the window. Or the sunroof, both of which could be just as dangerous. Students are targeting school bathrooms looking for their next devious lick. At Gulf Coast High School, kids are stealing everything from urinals to soap dispensers, some even trying to take the entire sink. Why all of this, you ask? Well, for social media clout. Wait, before you click on that link, even though this message is coming from grandma, and come on, who doesn't trust their grandma? This is a scam and it could cost you hundreds. She did, but just as she was going to click send, a fraud alert popped up, warning her of the dangers of what she was about to do. It's a small change with a big impact. This little letter here designating the gender on a passport can now be an X. That's because not everybody identifies as a male or a female. Their right to be gender neutral is their identity.
New tonight, we have seen our fair share of crazy stuff behind the wheel here in Florida, from people sitting in the back of trucks to this, a man who was reading a book while his Tesla drives down I-75.
But Gage Goulding is showing us an even more dangerous stunt that could have ended with someone dead.
Yeah, it's a new one that might even shock Florida man himself. A woman caught driving down the road with her eyes glued on a movie playing on her phone, focusing on the flick instead of on the traffic. The deputy was right behind Santa Ella Blanco with his lights on, thinking he's probably looking for somewhere safe to pull over. Santa Ella Blanco with a different idea, sending his message to the deputy by giving him the bird. Pushing a car is no easy task. Imagine trying to do it in rainy rush hour traffic. It's nearly impossible unless, hey Ben, you have an extra set of muscles helping you along the way. While the shaking hasn't happened recently and we know why the pond was built, their fears aren't going away just yet. That's because phase 2 of the project hasn't even started yet. And this time, it'll be much closer. Thefts from construction sites are becoming all too common. The reality is thieves bumped up the price for both builders and buyers. At this site alone, they stole more than $11,000 worth of wood, and somebody has to ante up. Gottlieb using sleight of hand to steal hundreds of dollars. Check it out. She pretended to ring up the sale. When a customer handed her cash, she canceled the sale before the final step. She still put the cash in the drawer before taking it out later and putting the cash right in her pocket. In a lightning storm, the last place you probably want to be is right here on a motorcycle. Sam here, finding that out the hard way when his bike got an extra jolt.
I saw the flash and I heard the big boom.
Police say the chase started here at the 7-Eleven on the corner of Cleveland Avenue and Hanson Street. In a similar incident that happened in May of 2019, police say that Mink was arrested after he led them on a chase that started here at the Chevron station just across the street. The burglar entered the restaurant right through this door. Once inside, the burglar ransacked everything from the cash register to even the fridge. The VMS, or Vessel Monitoring System, is basically a GPS for boats. It would be tucked away on every charter boat, constantly watching exactly where the captain steers it to, including those secret fishing spots. It starts like this. The sheriff's office says scammers find people in parking lots, some with scratches on their vehicles, others, well, the scammers make their own. The scammers then use aerosol to repair the damage, leaving you out hundreds in your vehicle with more damage than before. The bill would jack up penalties for stunt drivers and drag racers. If caught under the new rules, you could get fined up to $1,000. If you're filming or watching, you could get in trouble too. The two girls, just 12 and 2, were playing outside right here in the driveway. Security cameras recording the moments their mom says someone tried to kidnap them. This couple had to take matters into their own hands. They put up this big screen to block their neighbors' cameras from peeping over the top of the fence, but that's not it. Actually, they claim that their neighbor took a whole chunk of this fence out and actually set up a camera in the shrubs on the other side. Now, this screen does block that view, but not the feeling that someone's always watching.